Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome. So we will not, without further ado, okay, we shall start. Because today got a lot of things. We got two essays written by Professor Wen Qian. So I have to go through. If not, she's going to scold me. Hey, hello, I submit, no? Why you bloody hell never read my essay, are you? Naughty teacher, are you? Lazy, huh? After I complain about you, okay, sorry lah. Then we read lah, we read. Okay lah. Okay, let's go. A bit slow. I think my laptop got problem. This laptop. Tomorrow got test. Huh? Hello, fat man. Tomorrow your school got test.
Tomorrow
Yes.
don't have. We finish our English already. Tomorrow don't have. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Thursday then got. Thursday is math.
他说今天缺席，因为明天考试需要复习。Tomorrow got test.
No.
No, maybe not for you for him because he's different class from you, right?
No, we all run by the same schedule one.
But he said tomorrow he got test day.
Yeah, I don't know lor.
What test you have on Thursday?
Math.
Or math? I see. Okay, let's start. Okay, today there's quite a lot of things to go through, so let's pay attention. Okay, let's go through this one here quickly. I hope the two girls you've taken your dinner already, Siqing, you taken your dinner? You can eat while you're listening, no problem, okay? So war and cloning, which is more serious? Can I have a show of hand? If you say war is serious, thumbs up. And if you think cloning is more serious than war, crack. Which one do you think? Thumbs up lah. What thumbs down, brother? Not thumbs down, thumbs out. No problem. Thumbs up. Oh, what you purposely, Dominic? Thumbs up. War is thumbs up. All thumbs up. 文谦呢? Thumbs up. War is more serious. Oh, I'm surprised.
No, cloning more serious. Later you clone something that is alien or something, then they come take over the world.
That is why I say thumbs up if you think war is more serious. Crap if you think is cloning is more serious. So which one? Crap, Okay, so two crap. So Siqing and Wen Qian, you think war is more serious than cloning, Yeah? Okay, you're eating, You're eating dinner, okay, never mind, it's okay. Don't 慢慢吃。Okay, let's go. War and cloning, which is more serious? Back to you, Raiden.
The seriousness of war versus cloning depends on the context, but generally war is more immediately serious in terms of human cost, death, injury, displacement, and
Psychological.
psychological trauma. Destruction, infrastructure, economies, and environments are often devastated. Global impact can lead to geopolitical instability and humanitarian crisis.
Carry on, cloning.
Cloning, especially human cloning, raises serious ethical and long-term concerns, moral questions about identity, autonomy, and value in human life, specifically scientific uncertainty, risks of birth defects, genetic issues, and
Social disruption,
social
potential for inequality, commodifications of life, and legal issue. Okay, summary. Oh, I see your mommy standing there. Okay, let's go. War. Raiden. Summary.
War is more immediately destructive and urgent. Cloning is more
Ethically.
ethically complex and futuristic, but with potential serious consequences if misused. In most decisions, war is considered the more serious present-day threat due to tangible and devastating effects on humanity. Cloning is serious, but more in terms of political risks that need to be carefully managed.
Okay, guys, listen up. I feel that war is, of course, imminent and immediate and involve immediately to see casualties as what he mentioned here. Destruction, humans cause and global impacts, all these things. But eventually, cloning is the one who take over. Example, we are talking about cloning of the robots and cloning of another Wen Qian, Shi Jing, Dominates and Raidens or Ishans or Jensens. The clonings is something that is so dangerous, but it's against to most of them, against religions, against humanities, against against the law. But there are some who do this for the sake of cloning because of scarcities, limited resources. Like I think you all don't mind to clone more panda bear, to clone more doodoo birds, or even to clone more those extinct animals. Okay, like the saber tiger or whatever animals you're talking about here. But good and bad, right? It all depends on how you see it. But and nevertheless, I feel that cloning eventually will take the toll of war. And we know about the Star Wars at war. Okay, so let's talk about what agreement thing. Okay, so I move it down from here. I go to the next page, should be easier. So Jensen, I'm not sure which one do you think. Is it war is more serious or cloning? In my opinions, I feel that cloning is more serious than war. Why? Can you imagine I'm going to clone 100 Hitler to start World War II again, or maybe 3? Can you imagine I'm going to clone another Uncle Raymond to teach? Good or not? War is done and over. Clone is done and may lead to unforeseen circumstances and consequences that will jeopardize the earth. I strongly against cloning due to my religion background. I just want only one Uncle Raymond in this world. So the same thing, there's only one and unique. Shi Jing and Wen Qian, you might think that, hey, how come this girl look exactly like me? And you are not twins, or Shanning or Raiden. There are someone in this world, according to scientific research, there are 7% that will look alike like you, Wen Qian and Shi Jing. 7% in your lifetime, according not me, I'm not the one to say that. According to the research, they say in your lifetime you will meet at least 6 to 7 people that look exactly like you. So far, Uncle Raymond don't have. So I'm not sure how true it is. So I'm so unique. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's talk about AI answer. The economic impact of war from ancient time to modern conflicts. So this is another example here, AI answer. Okay, so we are doing how is it? Introduction to war, historical. So you realize Prime Minister Wong, Lawrence Wong has talked about AI, and it's going to be so huge impacts to your life, not just my life. Uncle Raymond and your parents are going to be halfway semi-retired already. So to us, we just tag along. But you guys have a long way to go. So my advice to all of you is to embrace, ensure, and enable AI is going to be part and parcel in your life. And you have to feel the enthusiasm and entice yourself to have the effective and efficient learning curve so that it'll give you an excellent positions to compare with those without AI. Recently, my good friends just started an AI company. It's called Baobao.com or something like that. Okay, it's an AI from China, Baobao.com. Something. Let me check the name again. It's so cute. The name is given from there. You can tell it's from China. What else? What other names can it come from? Okay, so I just WhatsApp him and I actually want to talk to him about this. Let me see what his name's called. Is it really Baobao.com? Yeah, Baobao.com. 对了，就是 Baobao.com. Can you imagine, Wen Qian, you write an essay, Shi Jing, you write an essay about you going to the MRT station helping a old lady. And then you have three possibilities of Wen Qian and Shi Jing. First possibility is that you help the old lady to the MRT station. The second option is that you shoot the lady and kill the old lady. Yeah. The third one is you leave the old lady alone. You know, recently got 3 primary 3 students now, right? Threaten another primary 3 in Sengkang Primary School. Okay? Yeah, you know, threatening, want to say dissect him or dissect her. Primary 3 就这么变成玩黑社会啊。So I think it's too much of this. So this AI that Uncle Raymond's are looking forward to is that you write your compo and then you convert this into a Minecraft, a story in Minecraft. Very interesting right? So you convert it, so you can give your readers a 3 choice. Either you have the old ladies, you kill the old ladies, or you ignore the old ladies. So there's options. So this is something a lot of people say lawyer and doctors or even architect and engineers may not be useful anymore because AI take everything. Recently, I subscribed to ChatGPT 5 already. And I'm going to spend a lot of time to Canva AIs. That means Uncle Raymond is going to do courses in next year. If possible, next year, I'm going to add in a bit of AI inside. In fact, I'm starting my international student this week already. I'm using AI to teach also. So whether you like it or not. Somebody asked me something? No, Okay, so AI is like something that we cannot avoid. It's just like in the 90s, I thanks my mom, I thanks my mother who really bought a computer for me when I was 21 years old birthday. Because of that computer, it really transformed my entire life. Seriously. Of course, I bought the computer, start to play games. And then eventually I graduate from a business IT in computers and really transformed my life. I set up for company the firewalls, the IT infrastructure, the website, the email, the server, everything, the point of sale systems. Okay, I feel good about it, and I also do my own website. Okay, and it's called artcrest.com. My website. If you all do not know, I Uncle Raymond have my own website. And if you in case you don't know, I really design on my own. Okay, just to show you, it's called artcrest.com. Okay, you can Google it if you want. This is my website. So let's move on now. So these are the points here to help you to talk about war. So I start with the first paragraph first. You realize these are all the points, and you see AI answer, you see. But I want you to tell me how are you going to transform this sentence, this paragraph. Not today's lesson. So war has historically exerted a profound and multifaceted influence on the economic system, impacting both immediate and long-term outcomes. From ancient times, warfare has involved the destructions of infrastructures and displacements of populations and diversions of resources, leading to economic hardship. Modern conflicts, while different in scale and natures, continue to demonstrate the destructive power of war, with significant costs in terms of human capital, physical capital, and economic capitals. So whether you like it or not, war is something that, okay, I've summarized to this. This is the AI answer. So when you're reading this, guys, you have to really, because do you know that most of the teacher will also know that you are going to use AI and ChatGPT to write an essay. But when you go for exam, you can't fully rely and dependence and fully put your whole entire your result in AI. So you have to reface it. So this is something to tell you that, okay, AI is so important that regardless of what we do, is unavoidable. And because of that, people are getting more frustrated in terms of how they're going to be able to win others in terms of economical power. As you know, the Russian and Ukraine wars, some of them are starting using AIs and the drones and other ways to attack and kill the enemies. And this will be a very big issue because the last sentence says significant cost in terms of human capitals. This will give devastations and destructions and disaster, the treaties to affect the entire human race. Okay, now you get it? You have to change the words and do it on your own. Okay, so look at this one, clone, Star Wars, the Clone War. Okay, if you know this is cartoon, but you know this is possible in the near futures. And you can see from this picture here, okay, this is a game. But you can see these are cloning. There's a possibility nowadays, because of humans are getting lesser and lesser, aging populations is increasing, and people are not willing to give birth to more to replace the human race. So there's no choice that they are going to involve this type of Star Wars, which is like a cloning war. I show you this because it seems like it's possible to going to be happen soon. Okay, so cloning is the process. Okay, can I have Dominic, please?
Cloning is the process of producing genetically identical individuals. These individuals have identical nuclear DNA, and by definition, they are clones. Nuclear transfer can be used to produce clones, which are newborns that are genetically identical to a donor animal. Dolly, the first mammal clone, was produced in 1996. Since then, cloned animals have produced from adults embryonic and fetal cells of more than 10 species of mammals. Most people have heard about Dolly. She died after 6 years, and people were worried about the health of other clones. Scientists have found that there are that indeed problems with clones' health have been observed, and their concerns increased due to the development of neurodegenerative diseases in humans. Cloning has a potential application by producing a genetically identical segment of a person. They could find out what causes the disease. Also, people with a rare type of genes can be cloned. In this way, uh, reproducing one population. Another fundamental issue with genetic manipulation is when babies that are produced with a certain genetic purpose, they are cloned. Also, cloning can lead to many wrong uses. That is why there is a need to discuss the pros and cons that will come with the progress.
Thank you. Well done, Dominic. Well read. So you know Dolly is the first sheep that was being cloned in 1996. And it was a big hoo-ha. Seriously, I remember that time. I'm still quite young. Maybe a young father or so. My son was born in 1995. So I was still young. I don't find that, against a lot of people, it was a big hot topic, Wow, we can clone Dolly the sheep, and now that means we can clone more. Yes, the pros is that we can have increase of supply of food. But honestly, Wen-Tian, Shi-Ting, and Dominic and Raiden, do you dare to eat a clone sheep, a clone cow, a clone chicken? I don't think I want to eat a clone because you never know this
Food is
clone.
food.
Yeah, it's food, but there might be the die function or genetically there's some mismatch, or maybe it will create cancer or radiations, or maybe mutated genes. Then after you eat already, you got mutated genes, and then you pass down your this mutated or lousy bad genes or cell to your next generations. Because that nobody has been tested, proven. The only answer you can be tested and proven is after 50 years later. That will be too late. See? So after that, this Dory the sheep, gone. And please don't take it, guys, listen, this is very serious. Don't take it after you listen, you forget, because he ever came out in a comprehension passage. Okay, before, and they asked for some ideas. One of them came out in the IP paper before, many years ago, and then one in a G3 paper. Okay, so I leave it to you. Okay, let's move on because we got a lot of things to talk. The science behind cloning. May I have Sijing? Cloning?
The science behind cloning. A brief introduction. Organisms that are exact genetic replications of one another are called clones. This means that every component of their DNA is identical, and in most cases, they share the same blood type and tissue types. For example, identical twins are clones because they are natural clones. With the understanding of genetics reaching new levels at all the time, even though cloning is not a concrete reality today, it may be a reality in the future. But again, just because cloning may be a reality, should it be done? The science behind cloning we know now enough about DNA that we could create a baby that is an exact copy of anybody we wanted. To clone a human, you would take the DNA from the person you wish to clone and fuse it with an egg from a woman. Cloning is now only done with animals, but scientists are interested in cloning human babies just to see if they can. The most important thing to know about cloning is that it produces an exact genetic replica, not necessarily an exact physical replica.
So, Shi since you are reading this paragraph, honestly, would you prefer a Shi that is a clone Shi to study and then you go and play your handphone, go out, and then your mommy, daddy don't know? Without your parents knowing, Wenqian, Dominic, and Raiden. That means you clone a Shi then this Shi exactly the same stay at home study, then 你出去外面玩，你不管。Okay, but 你 daddy 妈咪不知道，你要吗？不要。你甘愿坐在家里读书，也不要出去玩。How about 文倩？ Do you want another 文倩 don't want a Dominic? You really sickening. Why? Why? Okay, joke aside. Why? Explain your.
Then there will be a friend that really understands me.
Oh, okay. Let's be fair to Xuanling. This is quite lonely at times. So need a friend. Okay. How about Raiden? Do you want to clone another Raiden? Yes. Then I disown you. Okay, joke aside. So if you ask me whether to clone another Uncle Raymond's, I don't think I will want to. Because let's be fair, it will be against my religions. That's how I feel. Benefit of cloning. Let's talk about benefit of cloning. Oh my god, it's so long. Okay, you just read until it's a very long one. Okay, Zijing, sorry. Wenqian, the creation of Dolly.
The creation of Dolly gave rise to much interest and questions in the development of cloning of humans, characters of mutants, infertile and ageless creatures, derivation of new organisms by cloning is a form of asexual reproduction. All cells in an adult individual have the same DNA and the same genetic material, but what makes cells from different tissues is their inability to express certain genes, called the differentiated state of the cell. However, as it was demonstrated with the cloning of Dolly, when a somatic cell is used to clone a new organism, the differentiated state of the donor cell is erased, and a new adult organism can be created. Cloning has many important benefits in fields such as reproduction of endangered species, the creation of new models for treatment of numerous diseases, and the production of whole animals having a specific genetic defect to develop sophisticated in vitro systems for the development of drugs.
So imagine this is a very emotional. Like this morning when I was driving my son to school, I start to broke down along the way, still thinking of the passing on of my mother-in-law. I cannot help but the memory came back to me. It's not haunting me, it's just like very sad. And of course, thanks to Xuanling and Ishan and Raiden that day, you were talking about how our grandparents sacrificed. It was so impromptu that Dominic, you say sacrifice, Ishan say hardworking, and Raiden say caring. So this suddenly came to my mind, wow, how I wish my mother-in-law still alive. So Dominic, Raiden, Jensen, Shi and Wenqian, imagine I can clone another of my mother-in-law. Okay, I will bring all the pain and suffering from the original mother-in-law to the clone one. And then we will put on the drugs to test on the clone one to see how effective this drug can make my mother-in-law to stay longer. That would be very wonderful if it's possible. So as I was thinking, why and how come, my mother-in-law had to suffer so much, so did my father-in-law last year also. So it's the thing is that it would be good if like really I can clone another Uncle Raymond. You know, Uncle Raymond got liver problem lah, kidney problem lah, heart problem lah, spine neck problem lah, thyroid problem lah, all kind of stupid problem. So it would be good if I can clone another Uncle Raymond and test it on the drugs on this clone. You know, never mind after it's clone die long, never mind. I can clone another Uncle Raymond, right? So maybe we can do that on animals, but no need one, because most of the time all the testing of drugs are all done on mice and those animals. So it's dispensable. That means you can get rid, die 就算了. But as a humans, is it possible? So when you're reading this, Wenjian, it just came back to my mind. Is it good to have a cloning where those cancer patients can extract the drugs out, I mean, so can extract the cell out, and then we do a test on the cloning of the other patients? If this will be workable, will the world accept this cloning as part of the benefits in the field of medicines? Sadly to say, it might help, but as you know, if you are cloning another human beings, it's a life, right? And if the law agrees that if you're killing a life means you are liable to, under the law, or it might be a life sentence, imprisonment, or death sentence, right? So thank you so much. Last but not least, Vaden, can you complete the last part?
Court cases are relatively rare and usually occur in human medicine. Disease avoidance is easier and cheaper than treatment. The benefits of systematic cells to suitable others that do not
Somatic cell is not systematic, it's somatic.
somatic cells to suitable others that do not function represent a better quality of life for living being, either animal or human. However, the irreversible effects of cloning can be better included by the knowledge of the fates of cloned cells. When simulated, the donor cells can undergo differentiation, which is associated with the sense and
synthesis and apoptosis. Sorry.
the use of
Say lah, don't jump and read lah.
synthesis and apoptosis, the use of therapeutic cloning to obtain embryonic stem cells and use them to replace damaged tissues of parents. For example, cloning, to treat patients with heart or Parkinson's disease is higher since the cells will have the same
All the
DNA.
cells.
With all the cells will have the same DNA and generically compatible with
Genetically, can you please read properly?
genetically
Compatible.
genetically compatible with the donor.
So, like I say, right, if you can clone another of my mother-in-law, and all the problems to give to the clone mother-in-law, and then test it out on this prototype or bluff one of my mother-in-law, and then after testing, oh, this drug is good, this one is good, then we will insert and involve these medicines inside my mother-in-law body, and then she can live longer. So sad, she missed out this month, the CDC voucher, all the perks and benefits. She just need another few more weeks or even maybe a few more years to enjoy SG60. I mean, I believe all your grandparents have really sacrificed their life so much for us. And at the end of their journey, they have to go and sow through so much suffering. I don't know how. It's just like your parents and I, when we are going to hit around 80 years old, we might also start our machines, our organ will start to deteriorating. Okay, and that is the part hopefully we can do something and prevent. So is it good or not? Thank you to all your reading. Thank you very much. So now, just a quick one. We have all this format here, the formal incident reports, okay? Take note, I'm not sure what your teacher have taught you, but please take notes. So this is a formats that you have, like formats to, from, date, and title. Like I say, formal incident reports. I'm not sure. Maybe this year you don't cover, you might cover next year. Well, nevertheless, it is good to cover now to tell you that this is important. Why? Number one, this kind of reports will always happen in the police report. That's sometimes we all read and not read. Sometimes we'll write the incident report when we come across the victims and suspect all these things. Okay. So far I've seen my colleague write, but I don't have the chance to write. I only have the chance to interview and ask questions. So two form dates and title, address name, address title. Okay. Then the paragraph 1 itself, take notes, is Wen-Qian, are you able to see? Are you looking at it? Oh, sorry, because I only see your hand. Sorry. Okay, so I know Si-Ching is watching. Dominic is not looking at it. Dominic is staring at it only. Very angry face, not happy face like that. So serious. Okay, so so you must know, identify what happens because this is an incident report, formal, so very professional, must be very serious. When did it happen? Where did it happen? Who were involved? Why were you at the scene? How come? What happened before the incidents? Briefly state the main details of the incident. Let me share with you something. Uncle Raymond is a police officer, first aider trainer, trained, not trainer, sorry, trained. So when we see someone fainted or someone not well, okay, as it happens last few months ago or last year, where it was in the glass group, I think, Raiden, you know, right? So one uncle just fainted, the heart attack. So I went to help, but I was so skeptical, Wen-Qian. I can do CPR. But when he was fainted, I was like, stand there, shocked. I dare not to do it because that uncle went for heart surgery. So I scared I broke his rib. So I dare not do anything but stand there to do like traffic control and all these things. Then when the SCDF came and then I helped out, they were asking me, yeah, I said I'm a first aid trained, I'm a police officer, first aid trained. So what? Nothing much I can help, right? Poor thing for the uncle. But sadly to say, I managed to help the ambulance, the paramedics to push the old man inside to the ambulance. But sadly to say, halfway to the Tan Tock Seng or Khoo Teck Puat Hospital, he passed on. So then, of course, you ask before the heart attack, what happened? Oh, he says he went for high bypass for about 6 months ago, and then he came to celebrate some karaoke singing. How come sing halfway? I think the heart cannot take it. Boom! He fainted. He collapsed on the floor. And I think the heart might have stopped for about more than 5 to 6 minutes. Now, if your heart stopped for more than the minutes, the heart stop longer, the oxygen will get lesser to the brain, and you'll become a stroke patient, or even you become brain dead. So the brain need a lot of oxygen. So as you know, Prime Minister Lawrence Wong recently talked about vaping. And when I came back just now, I heard from this doctor who say that young age vaping will cause your cognitive thinkings to get deteriorating. And then your brain cell will die faster. And after 10 to 15 years, when you do vaping, you might think, oh, vaping is nothing. Smoking is more worse. Because listen up carefully. This is a fact. I just heard. A person who vape now will not get serious consequences. But after 10 to 15 years, that person will develop lung cancer. And if the person will start vaping at around your age, the brain cell will die faster and your cognitive will be lesser, and then you will start to hallucinations, get angry, get a lot of things, and slowly, surely, definitely, good luck to you. You become like an idiot. Seriously, like idiot. You cannot think already. So please do not even use the word try, or do not, never mind. One time vaping will do. Okay, but if you ask me, I know it's totally wrong. You are all underage. If you really want to try, I'd rather you to try cigarette than try vaping. Okay, I know it's wrong. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. Okay, cannot. Okay, but like I say, both are bad to your health, but the one that is worse is the vaping. So smoking, still smoke. I'm a heavy smoker. I can tell you, smoking is not good. It caused me a lot of problem. Okay, that's why you see, after 15 years, I stopped smoking. My organs start to fail already. My liver, my kidney, my heart, all these things. Yeah, shock. Smoke very nice. Smoke. De-stress. Yeah, it's true. When you start to smoke, you really feel the sensation. Wow, you're like, 所谓饭后一个烟，快乐如神仙. It's just like in the heaven. But heaven soon soon Uncle Raymond will go heaven already if I continue to smoke. Okay. So please don't even okay lah. Maybe I test one for vaping. Good luck to you. Once it go in, the residues, all these will stuck to your lung. Okay, and you might take a while to clear it. Not worth it, not worth a try. Those people who are selling and supplying vapes, they are really bloody idiot. Okay, so let's go about paragraph 2. What happened and how it happens. So take note of all these things. Remember, you use your 5W and 1H. No, it's 8W and 1H. Okay, specific details on how it happened, what happened during the incident, like the old man, I have to tell the paramedic, say that, oh, he fainted, he have a high bypass of hearts a few months ago. So at least the paramedic know what to do and how to give the first aid to the victims. Okay, so it's very important. So how it ended? Was there any interventions by authorities? Were there any casualty and injuries? Let's talk about the 3 boys who are primary 3, bullying primary 3 students. And a few things you take note is that how come this poor girl has been bullied for more than 6 months and yet the school is not taking any actions? You mean the school don't know? Or is it because the poor girl did not say up to the parents, or parent did mention it, but the school did not take action? And recently in China also got a girl being kicked and punched and tortured by 4 or 5 girls in a very rundown industrial building. And then the authority just say, okay, never mind, they will only got detentions and that's all corrections duties. And now 1,000 residents riots and protest on the street and walk towards the police station. And then got the latest one this morning, I heard a 9-year-old girl went to his friend's house and then play. Then after that, friend don't know, you know what happened? The 9-year-old went to the friend's mother's parents' room and stole the 保险箱, the safe box. And can you imagine the safe box is very heavy, right? I don't know how you're going to destroy it. And you know what happened? 他从15楼走楼梯走下来, because in the lift people will see her carry the safe box, right? A safe deposit box. 他从楼梯从15楼走下来. And you know after that where he go 呢事情？他去买零食. It's like, she go and buy the tidbits. And then he give he give 1,000 yen to the brother. So may I ask Wen Qian, Si Jing, and Xue Ning and Raiden, what did the parents did to her? Did the parents punish her? Or did the parents say, okay, I pay for the all the things, okay, all the mistake my daughter made, I pay for all the problems, the money that you lost. Yeah, okay, that is part of it. So what's next? You see? So how are you going to end? Are you going to punish your daughter? Are you going to chop off your hand? I like the Wen Qian answer. Hey, don't laugh. In some of the Muslim country, if you steal, they will really chop off your hand. I'm not kidding. There are some countries they do that. That is the extreme one. So report by signature, okay? So take note of this. So let's go through a sample. Let's see, got sample or not. Yeah, I got a sample. So it's to Mr. Harvey's. Okay, sorry, the name is not very clear. Associate. This from Jonathan Tan. Account of an incident. Okay, may I start? Who is that? Somebody's. On Friday, 11th July 2004 at 9 a.m., I witnessed the following incident involving a car driver and a motorcyclist. At this time, I was walking down. See, why were you there? How come were you there? How come are you there? Were you there? What's the purpose you are there? You were there. The steps of the overhead bridge which transverse Green Grove Road. A young boy had crossed the road from the other side and climbed over the iron barrier. Oh, jaywalking now. Okay. Waiting to cross the road towards my directions. Maybe, I noticed the boy particularly because he seems to have difficulty crossing the road as the traffic was rather heavy and a few cars were honking at him to alert him. Oh, so maybe, maybe that's the reason why, that it might cause a traffic accident. So let's hear what.
Maybe he on drugs.
That time 2004 don't have vaping. So let's hear from Dominic. Suddenly,
he dashed across the road. Apparently,
hello,
this-
excuse me, I don't want that Indian guy, already. Normal Chinese guy, already. Thank you.
misjudging the distance of an oncoming black Nissan car, which was traveling in the middle lane. The car driver instantly sounded his horn before swerving to the right lane to avoid hitting him. This action brought the Nissan right in the path of a motorcyclist who was traveling on the right lane. In an apparent attempt to avoid colliding head-on into the Nissan, the motorcyclist leapt out of his seat and landed on the road divider against the iron railing while his motorcycle rolled a few meters ahead and rammed into the rear of the car, which had smashed into the road barrier. The Nissan driver struggled out of his car while the motorcyclist picked himself up, approached the driver, and started to hurl vulgarities at him. All of a sudden, he punched the driver in the face, causing the latter to fall backward.
Wow, this is such a violent scene. Not only that he did something wrong, he also create a lot of emotional damage. And not only that, who was in the wrong? Was it the Nissan driver, or was it the little boy, or is it the motorcyclist, or what? So let's hear it from the next paragraph. Searching. By now,
By now, a crowd had gathered to watch the commotion. One of the men in the crowd called the police from his handphone. When the driver got up, he reached for his handphone and made a call while the motorcyclist gesticulated wildly at him and continued his tirade before. I, together with another man in the crowd, ran forward to restrain him and calm him down. The police arrived soon after with an ambulance, which took the two motorists away. The motorcyclist sustained minor cuts to his arms, while the driver suffered a deep bloody gash on his forehead and bruises on his arms and legs. The boy who had dashed across the road could not be found in the crowd.
oh my God. So who was wrong? Well, honestly, seriously, I know I drive my car, but I really hate when I'm driving. I really hate those motorcyclists and cyclists. Especially sorry, the Malaysians motorcyclists. When they are traveling in Singapore road, they thought they are doing F1. I'm not against them, but they don't handle their life carefully. You know why I say that, girls and boys? Because my uncle was killed in a car accident. Okay. He came from Malaysia, JB to come to Singapore and work. And sadly to say, he was run over by a lorry and hit and run. So people say that is whether it's his fault or not, then I don't think my uncle's fault lah. As far as though I don't think it's my uncle's fault. Okay. Okay. Somebody say something. Okay, no, okay. So so this is an incident Jonathan Tan, reported by Jonathan Dates. So take note that in case your SW is coming next month, your prelim, so please do take note about this report. Ishan, what happened to you? Are you able to turn on your camera? Okay, so just take note, this is a formal report, formal incident report, and you need to have two form dates and title. Okay, and then the paragraph 1 is what happened, when did it happen, where did it happen, all this. I think with your situation, I think they will give you a scenario and all the points there, the bullets there, make use of all the bullet points. Do not miss anyone. This is what you did in your PSLE, those bullet points, or even better still, you add in some ideas inside, will create better incident reports. Okay. Thank you, Ishan. I don't want to see your ceiling. I want to see your face. And I'm just curious, why are you late for 45 minutes? Thank you. So, so of course, it's wrong to gesture and scold the person, but whether is it wrong or wrong, I don't know. Because sometimes it might be the car, you see, It say in the apparent attempt to avoid the colliding head on the Nissan motorcycle, the motorcycle leaped out of the seat and landed on the road. You see, avoiding it. So that means the car was driving on the right lane, right path. But this one just dash across the road. Sadly to say, last time maybe do not have too many cameras. Okay, so this one we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. So let's go. Ishan, what happened to you? Are you okay?
No, got internet problem.
Huh?
Got internet problem.
I know recently got a lot of these stupid things happening. Mine that day also the same. Seriously, not you. I think the same. Okay, let's talk about AI this one. It's just now the first paragraph I read already, right? Okay, let's do this one. In ancient time, war often resulted in the complete devastations of agriculture and land. Okay, guys, you have to take note. This is important for those who are doing G2 and G3. Listen up carefully. You have to decide whether you want to take geography or history in Set 3. I know it's still a long way to go, but you have to start to know if you are doing this, what is the repercussion? And in fact, what you're reading now, most of the time, whatever you read is got related to geography and history, most of the time. And most of the time, this kind of essay are related to history. You can bet to against me, this agree with me, but I'm telling you this is how it works, okay? So in ancient times, war often resulted in complete devastations of agricultural lands, the enslavements of populations, and the loss of trade routes. So you can know that the slave, right, how Dominic, the slave that the Africa was taken away by the white people, slavery. Okay, so it's history. The economy impact was immediate and devastating, often leading to famines and widespread poverty. Okay, this can be related to geography, like, the weather patterns, the earthquake, the natural disaster. For example, the Peloponnesian War between Athens and Sparta in ancient Greece significantly disrupted trade and agriculture in the region, leading to widespread economic hardships for both sides. Yep. So this is a war. It's just like now happening to Ukraine and Russia, Israel and Hamas, Palestinians. And of course, we're talking that day a few weeks ago or a month ago was Cambodia and Thailand. Modern conflicts, while often involving more advanced technologies and different forms of warfare, shall still share the common threats of economic disruption. Whether you like it or not, cloning, war and cloning is part and parcel. It's going to be affecting our lives so much so that the technologies that involve using AI, I don't know what is going to be the future warfare going to be like. In World War II, they used atomic bomb. World War I, they used gassing. Ancient war, they used fire. Oh my goodness, I don't know what in the future war they're going to use then to destroy human completely from the surface of the earth. Ladies and gentlemen, next month, I already prepared. It's called the environment and ecology. And this topic is so important, it's so huge important, and that Singapore are embracing three things. The first thing is AI and ChatGPT. We call AI. The second thing is sustainability. Sustainability means the eco-friendly stuff. And the third is none other than technology. Now, technology and AI is two different things. Okay. War can lead to the disruptions of infrastructure, including roads, bridges, and power grids, hindering economic activities and increasing the cost of productions. No need to say. Okay, you can see after World War II, a lot of countries that is after the war, they really have a strong impact. They start to rebuild their economies. It takes many, many years to come back to that strength. As it can lead to a decrease in the available workforce and the loss of skills. For example, the ongoing conflict in Ukraine is causing widespread economic damage, including the destruction of infrastructure, displacements of population, and disruption of trade and routes. So if you are doing history in Set 3, you are going to read all these things. Then you say, Uncle Raymond, what got to do with me? That was World War II. You realize the past of the war, the present of the war, and the future of the war is all involved all these things. Okay, maybe you're Set 1. I don't want to destroy your love and interest of history, okay? History is, to be honest, very, very dry. But it's how the teacher make it more vibrant and nice. So I leave it to you, okay? I'm not going to ask you whether you like history or not, okay? For me, I'm a history person. I know some people say, no, I don't think it's my cup of tea. The economic consequences of war extended beyond immediate physical damage. Yeah. Okay, that means the loss of life, emotional damage, the loss of family member during the war, the conflicts like the Nanjing massacre, okay, the Sokchin, if you study the history, conflicts can lead to increased public debt, yeah, of course, as governments divert resources to military spending and reconstruction effort. Yeah, all the money spent in war, that's why I say including all these things, like you saw just now the picture, the Star War, right? They can also lead to inflation as supply chains are disrupted and resources become scarce. So if you are going for A level, 文件 and 事情, by looking at your two faces, your nerd face, most likely are A level student. Hey, nerd face better than notorious face, right? And naughty face, right? Correct now, 事情. Nerd face means very studious, right? Naughty and notorious means gangster face, eh? And look at the three boys, they are look like naughty, notorious, and not nice face. Right. Okay. Furthermore, the uncertainties surrounding conflicts can discourage investment and innovations, hindering long-term economic growth. Why so many people want to come to Singapore? Why so many people want to invest in Singapore? Why so many people want to involve to come to Singapore and innovate? Because we do not have war. For instance, the prolonged conflict in Iraq and Afghanistan have had a significant impact on the economies of those countries, leading to a high level of public debt, inflation, and a decline in foreign investment. Good luck to them. Their future next 3 generations going to suffer like hell. Seriously. Look at Vietnam War. Look at China. It took them about more than 50 years to be what they are today. Let's start in 1970. Now it's 2025. That means in 2020, in 2000, let's say 2000, that means it took them about more than 30 years or 2 generations to make China great again. So nobody want to go for war unless no choice. So you can see this line, okay, this is just to tell you how bad it is, but you can't see very clearly, okay. I'm not going to talk more about that. Okay, this to show you anything that is war that is increased like inflation, debts, okay, casualty, death. In conclusion, while the nature of warfare has evolved, the economic impacts of war remains a significant factor in shaping global economic trends. From destructions of infrastructures and displacements of population to diversions of resources and increased debt, war continues to exact a heavy economic toll on societies worldwide. So this is an AI answer. So when you are using AI or ChatGPT to do an essay, for goodness sake, please don't copy and take the whole junk like what I'm doing now. I can do it because I'm a teacher. But then again, when I put all this information, I make sure the information that I'm going to disseminate and pass it down to you and give it to you, make sure it's relevant, make sure it's correct, make sure it's related to proper educations. Okay, so take note. Don't ever copy. Recently, in NUS or NTU, I can't remember which university. Some genius an undergraduate student went to copy the whole entire essay. Straight away, they got 0. They are out of the faculty already. No, this is considered cheating and plagiarism. So we're going to talk about this later. Wen-Tian, are you ready? We're going to start your essay, okay? So I'm going to mark your essay if you don't mind. I'm going to take this. Give me a while first.
This one we do last week already.
We done this,
Yeah, like this one, like on.
Oh yeah. This one done, Sorry, Uncle did mention already. So I delete huh? This one done that. Now I buried still. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. This one wow, you do a university paper, like. You must be very proud of yourself.
I asked ChatGPT for help also, but then I got rephrased lah.
Very good. Yeah. Thank you for being honest. Now,我不是看不起你Wen-Tian. I'm not looking down on any one of you here. Nothing to do with G1, G2, G3. And at your this level, if you can write such a good essay and without any help, ChatGPT or AI, or without any help from a teacher, actually you don't need to attend class already. You can become a professor in the university already. No, serious. This is not sarcastic. If this student is so great that he can do everything and can find out the whole thing and self-study and self-knowledgeable and self-discipline and self-getting this answer, don't come for my tuition already. You are as good as me or better than me already. Okay, so it's thanks for your honesty. Definitely, I told you, that's why I told you guys, you still need to have ChatGPT and AI and start to rephrase and learn. So you see, guys, Sijing, Ishan, Dominic, Raiden, and Wenqian, you guys are already using ChatGPT and AI to look for essay and answer. And you know, yesterday, the few days ago, Prime Minister Lawrence Wong said, AI has won the Olympic math gold medals. He came out a math problem and nobody human beings can solve. And yet the AI solved the ones and the most difficult math Olympics questions. So if you guys are using ChatGPT to do all your homework and then rephrase and restructure and rethink 3 words, rephrase it, and then reconstruct it and rethink your thoughts, that is good. Because most of your friends will be using all these things. Now you understand why the government give you PLD for what? It's not for fun and laughter, guys. Do you know recently my Sec4 students, now their exam, Wenqian and Sijing, they are not writing, no, they are typing already. I was so shocked. No? I said, hey, can I have your exam paper? Yeah, this is my exam paper. I said, please, this is typing. This is answer sheet. No, Uncle Raymond, this is my answer. I type it out. Whoa, war and resources economy, the battles for natural resources. Back to you. Professor Wenqian, share your thoughts now.
Many wars have happened in the past just for natural resources. A good example happened during the World War II, WW2, when Japan started wars against countries in Southeast Asia for oil, rubber, and other important raw materials.
Ever since the industrial revolutions in 1900s or even earlier, when they start to have the steam engine ship, the cotton mill, and all the rubbers to make tires, Japan long ago until today, Wenqian and Sijing, Ishan, Raiden, and Dominic, and Jensen, I think Japan is still thinking of a way how to conquer China. Seriously. In fact, they already conquered China many years ago in terms of economy, meaning the Honda, Mitsubishi, Toyota, Nissan car, okay, and Suzuki motorcycle. But today, China turned back with their BYD and XPERM and others dynamic technology. So I was so surprised that some of my friends who went to China, they even have AI in the room to tell how to draw the curtains, how to turn on the heaters. Oh my God, seriously, how to turn on the aircon in certain temperatures. So this is the new generations. And I really pity all of you. You know why? It's getting tougher every year it goes. So if you're not going to work hard on this academic, you're going to die. So Japan, as the first paragraph say, yes, they are so desperate because Japan was overpopulations. They are so in Chinese, like the snake want to eat the elephant. Ishan, how can the snake eat the elephant? Even the snake eat the elephant, the snake will die also, correct? Ishan, you agree? So in Chinese, we call 人不足蛇吞象. The snake swallow the elephants. So Japan is over ambitious to attack China. Oh my God, seriously. I don't think it's possible. With a 1.4 billion people fighting with Japan now aging population. Let's go.
In the late 1930s, Japan had made many advancements to its country but lacked the natural resources to support its needs economically and in the military area. The nation depended on countries like United States, Britain, and the Netherlands for those resources. But when they cut off Japan's oil supply in response to its aggression in China, Japan faced a resource crisis. Without access to oil, Japan could barely do anything and everything had to come to a halt.
Let
With
me
no
explain this paragraph, paragraph by paragraph, because I think most of you are new. As a history teacher, I explained to you. When Japan attacked China, it's called the Marco Polo Bridge. well, it's back in 1937 or 31, I can't remember, around that area. Should be 1931 to 32. So slowly, surely, Japan start to encroach and attack. And of course, later on will be Shanghai, Beijing, and then the eastern side and the northeastern China, including the Manchu Guo, okay, the Manchurian people. So why Japan want to take China? Because China has a rich natural resources. And Japan used an excuse to attack China because one soldier was so-called killed by the Chinese soldiers, but which the historians say that it might be they kill their own soldiers to cover up and put the blame on China. But because Japan has a very high ambition to take the entire China back, beside resources, and because Japanese people hate the Chinese a lot, and they want to get rid of the entire Chinese. So possible, of course not lah, seriously. And what happened? Japan was being boycott or being cut off by US and other countries. Why? Very simple. If Japan were to take over China, because Japan also worked with Hitler, Germany, also worked with Italy. So if their expansion of power more, then these resources can share to Germany and Italy, and they can build more weapons. Of course, then the three other countries would want to stop. Not just Netherlands, Russia also very scared. If Japan would take over China, and true enough, during World War II, Japan took a lot of islands from Russia. And Russia was being defeated by Japan. But after World War II, too bad, Japan's those islands taken are given back to Russia. And you can imagine you go to the countries that those islands there, they are wearing kimono, which Japanese costume, but they speak Russian and with Russian flag. So this is the crisis. This is the reason why in war, they not only fight for territory, the space, the land, but because the territory got rich natural resources, which is called minerals. Back to you, next paragraph.
In order to obtain these important supplies, Japan started looking at Indonesia, which was rich in oil, and Malaya, which was home to large amounts of rubber and tin. In the end, Japan won both fights and got control of the natural resources in both countries. They also got control over oil fields, shipping routes, and rubber plantations. Many countries cut Japan of the natural resources which they fought for. Hence, a few years later, Japan's oil reserves were depleted, which caused its defeat.
Okay, let me ask you all. Ishan is sleeping already. Yeah, I can see you sleep. Yeah, after Robbie game. Let me check with you this one. There is a few reasons in history textbook. There are 10 reasons why Japan surrendered and Japan lost World War II. One of the reasons is the oil, yes. Can you imagine Japan got a lot of aircraft carrier? Of course, the biggest aircraft carrier, you guys may not know, is called the Akagi and Akaga and Sunyo. These are the three biggest aircraft carriers.
They got sunk during Midway. It was the
Yeah.
Battle of Midway, 1942.
Correct. Surprising the Enterprise, the largest aircraft in US, was like kinda hit a few times, but still survive until today. But of course they modified. So moving forwards, one of the reasons, yes, a lot of planes, a lot of ships, but not enough oil. Because all the oil field later on, the soldiers are scattered all over the different parts of the world. Especially their soldiers were scattered all over in Philippines Islands. So Philippines got 7,000 islands. So all the soldiers are sparingly moving all over the place, and so they lost contract. And another reason is Japan lost the war is because most of the general were killed, captured, okay, or wounded in the war. I mean, not just the general, the top management people, all the general officer. And the other reason is the oil. And the third reason is because they also the soldiers, okay, until so young, some of the soldiers might be Ishan, Dominic, or Raiden age, or maybe 15, 16 years old, to fly the Zero fighter, which is the Japanese fighter. Yeah, they will kamikaze. They know how to take off, but they don't know how to learn how to land. So they just die like that, kamikaze. So that is one of the reason oil is the reason that the fall of Japan in World War II. They will ask you which is the main factors that caused the Japan surrender. I think it's not the oil factors. It's just that the general, the biggest general was being killed. And the things that why Japan surrender is because their soldiers are getting lesser. Okay, they're defeated.
They cannot the sun.
They garner the sun. Okay, let's go. This shows. What do you mean by garner the sun?
Nagasaki, Hiroshima.
Oh, no, that one is before that. Okay, before why the Japan surrender is not the one of the reason is because of the atomic bomb. But do you know Japan has a very strong loyalty to the emperor. They rather die than surrender. But because General MacArthur don't want to kill or make the war crime for the emperor, because if the emperor to die, the whole entire Japan will be upside down. They will rather the whole entire nation will kamikaze. They will not, once the emperor die means they are hopeless, they are meaningless, they are useless. So they will not let this happen. So end up the Japanese emperor is like, I'm the one who start the war, but end up the blame is Prime Minister Tojo.
Then hopefully Singapore also like that lor.
Huh? What mean? Singapore go to war?
No, I mean Singapore got that amount of loyalty
To who?
to our country.
Huh? What do you mean? I
I
don't
mean-
get you.
I mean Singaporeans are loyal.
Not all, sorry. I disagree with you. There are some Singaporeans who still blame the government, this and that. Okay, and I got friends who don't like Singapore so much, they all migrate out of Singapore. I got friends who still in Singapore and they think Singapore government is like shit. I'm telling you, seriously, not everyone likes Singapore government. Not everyone like Uncle Raymond so patriotic. I mean, unless the government, PAP government is after Prime Minister Lawrence Wong stepped down, if the next Prime Minister is so useless and so cruel like Hitler, of course I will not support lah. Okay, let's go. Wenqian, this shows.
This shows that countries are willing to sacrifice human lives just to obtain natural resources
Very true. Very true.
so that its country can grow and its economic can strive. This also shows that Japan's drive to secure natural resources demonstrates how competitions for resources can escalate tensions between countries, causing wars. Not only the country's relationship was affected, the natural environment was also affected greatly. After successfully invading Malaya and
I think it's double L.
oh yeah. After successfully invading Malaya and Indonesia, Japan rushed to extract rubber, tin, and oil. Many rainforests were cleared to maximize rubber and tin production, resulting in loss of habitat for animals and an increase in carbon
You
dioxide.
can say and an increase, and here you put increase.
Oh.
Okay.
Oil drilling and transport also caused leaks and spills, which
You see, when you talk about tin and rubber, I remember when I was in A level, wow, my goodness, Wenqian, I have to memorize about 10 pages of this topic called the tin and rubber in Malaya, seriously. And I got one question I remember, which one has the biggest impact to the Malaya economies? And which one has the biggest impact to the Japanese? You know, my grandfather told me this, Siti. When the Japanese came down with bicycle, the bicycle that got rubber, right? So the rubber, the tire punctured. So they took away the rubber and they cycled only the rim without the rubber. So when the Japanese came without the rubber, the tire, the British was so stupid. They thought they came down with tank. So they ran away. But end up they are all bicycle. And the British has the best weapon to defend Singapore. Ishan, can you imagine? Oh my goodness, the Japanese tanks are coming. And when they turn around, they see their bicycle without the rubber. So the sound produced kick-a-lack, 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 kick-a-lack. So they thought it's the tank, the track. Yeah. I don't think this was shared with you by your teachers. Because this was the first-hand information my grandfather and my father told me, who witnessed World War II. Okay, they will not tell you this unless really they documented somewhere in some history textbook. So I was until today I've been fascinated though. So which one is more important? Definitely is oil, not rubber. Okay, they can do without rubber and the bicycle still can continue to move. That is so fascinating by the Japanese. So they are so hunger for the success of the war at the expense of the bicycle, the rubber. And true enough, you know, my grandfather, my mommy, daddy, used to set up bicycle shop before World War II, okay? He owns a bicycle shop. But when World War II came and Japanese came to Singapore, he ran for his life. And of course, the Japanese took away all his bicycle. So after the end of war, my grandfather came back to reclaim his shop and the things. The British, the bloody asshole British asked my grandfather, do you have proof now that this shop owned by you? Xuaning, I see my grandfather, before the bomb dropped on his head, he go and get the certificate and put his wallet and run away. Hey, don't drop your bomb, wait, let me take my deeds, my certificate of entitlement that this shop owned by me. Yeah, then he run away, then the bomb dropped on the shop. It's them bloody idiot, right? Until today, I cannot forgive them what they did to my grandfather. If not today, I might have a bicycle shop on my own. Very sad. End up, it changed the entire course of my grandfather's life. And the other grandfather also died during war because of tuberculosis. So do I still hate Japanese? Not really hate Japanese as in what they had. Of course, I hate them, what they have done to my families.
Hate the British, hate the British.
Yes, I think the British is a coward. They should have defended Singapore than run away. Because after that, when you all study history, you should know, when they came back to Singapore, they still want to do funny things to Singapore. And that is why our dear Mr. Lee Kuan Yew changed the course. Okay, let's spill which one. Let's go.
Which contaminated water bodies. In conclusion, the wars Japanese started during World War II for natural resources shows us how natural resources can result in wars. It also tells us that when resources become scarce, nations may resort to force, and the value of natural resources can easily outweigh even the highest human costs.
Hey, by the way, Wen Qian, do y'all do history group work? Searching also, huh? So you can use this, searching also, right? Searching. Group work, history group work, right? Okay. Do y'all do like history now? You don't like, Okay, bye-bye. You can log off by searching. Bye-bye. And those people who don't like history, please go away. I don't like to see your face. No. You have the choice. Ishan, you also don't like history, That's why you log off, Don't see my face, Thanks, Ishan. So anyway, it's your choice. History is not an easy subject. It's a very dry and boring, dull subject to study. But it's how to make it live. You see, like now you see, Wen I tell you a story like that, you feel interesting, right? You feel your essay, hey, wow, I didn't know Uncle Raymond's, I didn't expect my essay related to your real life. Wow, I didn't know this, so many things had happenings. Now you feel good, right? That your essay bring a lot of memory back to Uncle Raymond. Get tissue paper, please. I feel very sad. No. This morning I cry a lot already. I don't want to cry again, seriously. Okay, I don't want to cry too much. After got too much phlegm in my mouth and nose. Anyway, yeah, sad to say, history, I'm not sorry, not history, sorry. War is all about, like, you see the Iran and Iraq fight for territory, also for oil. The Saddam Hussein attack Kuwait is also for oil. Russia and Ukraine is also about natural resources, about the wheat, the crops, 就是那个麦, okay? And Israel and the Palestinians also fight because of the Holy Land and other things. So all these, you realize, natural resources is given by Mother Nature, Earth. But then people are not using it fairly and equally and with justice. So this will be discussed further in next month topic, environment and eco-friendly, okay? Ecology, sorry. All right. Thank you, Wen Chen, for your essay. Well done, very good. So the next couple of minutes, guys, Ishan, are you ready? You need to do this this exam now. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna get some water. I have Xuanling's, Wenqian, and Raiden's. What about the other two? Are you done? Sijing, thank you. Ishan? 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 I'm stressing you. Take note, I'll call your name. Each one will take 3 to read, so I don't want to take too much of time, okay? Ishan, can you do 1, 2, 3? I'll start first, Ishan. Okay, let me give you the answer first, okay? Okay, this is the answer, okay? Please check your answer, Okay, I'll give you an answer in the Zoom, okay? Let's go. Ishan first, then followed by Shijing followed by Dominic followed by Wenqian last but not least, Raiden. Back to you. Number 1, please.
The telemarketer sale.
C.
Page was too pushy, so I hang up the phone.
Thank you. Lucky maybe it's a scam. Let's do number 2.
The directions my friend gave us was straightforward, so we were able to find his house easily.
Thank you. Number 3, please.
The flight attendant was caught a whiff of cigarette smoke, so she checked the washroom to see if anyone was smoking.
Thank you. Next. Who's done? Number 4. Who's done? Number 4. Is it searching out?
Hello,
Huh?
hello.
Yeah, it's searching, right? After Ishan will be searching will be Dominic, searching first.
Mick's internet interest in skateboarding began to wane as he got older and the activity became harder on his body.
Wane means getting less not interested, getting not having the passion. Number 5.
The chef received many compliments from his guests about the delicious dinner he made.
Number 6.
The pizzeria tried to cut corners by using a cheaper cheese in their pizzas. However, customers noticed and sales dropped as a result.
So cut corners, remember we do the visual graphic text, right? I always say the 4 corners are very important for any visual graphic text. For the paper 2 comprehensions, and all the 4 corners will give you more information. That's why I say do not cut corners. Next, number 7, Dominic, please.
During the economic boom of the 1970s, many families had disposable income to spend. The Olympian was
Wait.
humble in his
Where's
interview.
number 8? Okay, number 8. Hey, got number 8 not?
Ah!
Sorry, number 8, never mind. I think I missed out number 8. Okay, come.
Number
What do you
8.
think number 8?
Lenka's trip to the US happened to coincide with an American holiday, so the airports were busy.
So mingle means is to involve, ponder is to think, coincide is with it, just nice. So coincidence, just nice. Okay, and then of course, then the maneuver is to move from one place to another place. Okay. Right. Thank you, my dear. Number 9, please.
The Olympian was humble in his interview. He said that he won because he was lucky.
Nonsense. This is a very hypocrite. Okay, back to you, Wenqian.
The menu was written in wild writing that was barely legible.
Thank you. 11.
I heard a commotion outside, so I went to the window. I saw 4 men in the street arguing.
Number 12, please.
Jenny is a heavy smoker. After the 10-hour flight, she was really craving a cigarette.
Thank you. Last three, Raiden.
The previous tenants were
Evicted.
evicted
That means
from
purposely don't want to pay.
from paying rent on time. The landlord is now searching for new people to move in. The Olympic Committee released a statement saying it does not condone the usage of drugs to enhance athletic
That means it does not support, it does not agree, does not give details, okay? Give full encouragement. Last but not least.
Earth resources are limited. Environmentalists fear the planet cannot sustain current rates of consumption much longer.
Okay, these questions here, number 15, take note, will be very useful in next month's topic, environment and ecology. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. So tell me how many marks out of 14 because number 8, I did not give it to you. So guys, I want you to do this very simple. So you can choose one, like for example, I do eat, okay? Today I eat some durian. Oh no, I eat some durian. No, every day I eat my breakfast. Yesterday I ate my breakfast with my wife. Few weeks ago, I've eaten my breakfast with my good friends. Okay, something like that. Or you can change into a sentence. Okay, make a sentence at 14 upon 14. Thank you, Rayton. 11 to 14. Thank you. How about Ishan, Dominic, and Shuying? Poor thing, you're so tired. Dominic, I know you're going to fall asleep already. Poor thing. You can see your face like, Uncle Raymond, 快点 Well done. Okay, Ishan. Okay, good. Keep it up. You're getting there. Ishan, well done. Dominic, how many marks you got? Siqing. So make a sentence quickly, then we end the day. Hurry up. You can talk. You can talk. You can say, Uncle Raymond, I want to choose this. Thank you, Siqing. Okay, you can talk. Quick, Wenqian, which one? Raiden first. Raiden, which one?
The cost of living has increased.
Cost.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, no need to change. Choose something lah. So easy. Okay, never mind, go ahead.
The cost of living has significantly increased. So to afford the cost, I have to cut corners between what I spend to afford such a cost.
Okay. Dominic?
Thomas keeps forgetting. Thomas constantly forget. I told him to forgive and forget, and somehow he managed to forgot about the encouragement I told him about. Looks like he forgotten about the dinner at the fancy restaurant too.
A bit weird, your sentence. I always forget to tell Xuanning to do something. Yesterday, I forgot to tell him that he forgot to zip his pen. Okay. All right. Who's next, Ishan?
Okay.
Ishan?
Fall. I saw my friend fall today, and it reminded
We
me
fell. Past tense. I saw my friend fell today, this morning.
and it reminded me when I
If you all cannot make the
fell
sentence like this, That means you got problem with your this grammar already. I saw my friend fell down this morning. I told him next time if you want to fall down, don't do that again. I feel that you purposely do it. But few weeks ago, he really fallen down from the stairs and he injured his leg. Something like that. Hey, terrorists, you cover your face. Walao, two terrorists here, man. 事情 quickly call police, please call police. 快点 Ishan.
We anything got one now.
事情 start first.
I told Thomas to give me my pencil back today.
Oh, give okay then.
I gave my pencil to Thomas yesterday.
That's why I'm asking to give me back the pencil today. Okay? Yeah.
I
How about given?
have given the parcel you told me. Wait, I need to rephrase that. I have given the parcel you gave me to the mailman today.
No, cannot. A bit weird. One more time. Jenny, I took a picture of you putting this. Okay, I'm gonna send it to your father that you are terrorist. Okay. 事情 given.
Oh.
I have given Thomas many times to remind him to give back my pen. He always forgotten about it. Get it? Okay, ma? Can. Okay, you do it again. Change another sentence.
Ah.
This is all very simple one. If you all cannot do it, I'm very worried how you're going to form sentences in your comprehension and your editing. Let's go.
Oh, okay. I have given my birthday gift to Emmy. I mean her birthday gift. My
thinking,
gift
your
for
birthday
her.
gift to her. Why you give your birthday gift to her? What the hell are you doing, man, bro? I know you're very tired after school. Okay, thank you. Last but not least, Wen Qian.
Wait, can I use for?
Which one?
For.
Yeah, can.
Okay, I falling down the stairs, I realized that I just fell because I tripped over myself. And I turned to my friend beside me and told her that, oh, I had just fallen down the stairs.
This lah. Wen Qian has fallen in love with a boy. And he fell deeply in love with him for the past few days. She has fallen with him since last year. Okay, man, I got you, man. I'm going to disturb you. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much. It's not end of the day lesson, so let me share with you this one here. Okay, this one is very important. So hopefully next lesson we can cover it. And this is the one here. Let me, Wen Qian, choose any two of it for me. Come, let's finish up today. Come, any two, come on.
Ought to, might.
Okay, I ought to take care of my parents. If one day I might not be able to do it, I have to ask my children to take care of my parents. Okay, let's choose two. Come on, let's go. Come on. Quick, the longer you stay, I can stay. Please, I got meeting at 10 o'clock now, actually. Hurry up. Come on, Raiden. Arabian kids, Arabian Raiden, come on. You forgot to put your mustache. Come on.
This one is to form a sentence, right?
Yeah, choose two.
Two. I would like to go to school, but wait. So I can pick random, right? I can pick like
choose two. 快点.
I ought to finish my homework, beef and hand it in on time. But I might fall sick and not hand it and might not finish it.
Sorry for the delay. Okay. Next one, Sijing. Okay, you think I got no time to wait Ishan, Dominic, go.
You can and I shall go to the dinner with you.
What do the sentence? What you can, I shall. What talk you? The wrong please. Hey, please don't do this kind of thing, please. Come on. This is a Wen Qian.
Should they give me any advice, I shall listen to the advice.
I shall take it as a pinch of salt because I don't trust them. Get it? You get it? This is what I want. Okay, come, Sijing.
If I must go to the party, I will go to the party with you.
No, if I must go to the party, I will find the best dress to wear. Get it? Okay. When searching. Yes, Dominic.
I could go to your party if you would give me an invitation.
Cut. Okay, well done. Ishan?
I should do my math homework, but I must do my English homework
First.
First.
Because the deadline is around the corner. Well done, everyone. Now you get it how to do. If you cannot do this like that, then I'm very worried for you, okay? You need to learn how to do it well for all these using might, could, will, all these things. Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone. So Jensen, I hope you have watched the video and hope you can use this will, could, and how all this, and then all the past, present, and past perfect tense as well.